what the title is. It's Jaguar Wright and Fiona. Jaguar Wright and Fiona. Something about pathological liars and paranoia. Blah, 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 blah. How I can't even sum it up. I think I could. I'll try to just say it in this way. Exhausting is what it is. Sharrell's world, okay. So she starts off giving a little history about Sharrell's world for all of these newbies who are unfamiliar with Sharrell's world. She takes them back to 2021 without really doing her justice, in my opinion. All right. Because her main focus is initially to kind of, the way I look at it, is to try to draw some contrast to what went on in 2021 with Sharrell and Nosy Whole Life and Sharrell and what's going on with Jaguar Wright. And the common theme, I'm going to put it in this way, is Sharrell world use Nosy Whole Life, all right, to do her dirty work, to go against Monica. In the same way, today, 2024, that Sharrell's world is using Jaguar Wright to do the same, go after the avatar. Okay. Does that make sense? I mean, I could go into a lot of, but that's one of the major points that she makes over and over and over and over. Okay. Then she talks about the avatar, Monica, and then says something like this. This is my kind of short, very short commentary, because it's still going on right now. 5-hour burn. Okay. That Nosy Whole Life, Sharrell went to her. She was unhinged. She was this, she was this, she was that. Jaguar Wright would be the same way. And all Sharrell does is lie. She has said she lies so many times. I mean, pick a number between 50 and 100 that she called her a liar. She said she was jealous of her. She used that word. That was part of it. Jealousy. She talked about Sharrell's World channel being so large, over 500,000 subscribers. And she basically is a channel that's, she did use the word flop, okay, at least once. But that things are going down, and Sharrell's World really needs to, she's coming back into the sector, and she's afraid that Monica's going to start up her channel. I'm not even I'm just really just striking just a couple of main things, okay? Yeah. She said she's pressed. Who's pressed? Sharrell's World talked, 55 minutes? She has repeated herself over and over and over and over and over again. And she's still going on right now. Oh, okay. So it's Sunday night. I don't know when I'm going to, actually really to it. Where Midwest Mama says, hi, Teddy and Mob. I see you. And then there's Vicky, Gia Papaya, Mimi Twin. I see you out there. Who else is hanging out in the bear cave? It's June Bug. I see you there. No, I thought it was from the title. I thought, okay, I really have not. I said, let me give it a shot. Oh my God, I don't know how people do it. The voice alone would just drive, I would think, I don't want to put it this way, but it is. Have you ever heard of the term? I know this would be this is an old term. A nag. Okay, I don't have to explain anymore. I won't get into it. But if somebody would definitely want her to say, just put a sock in it, please. It's so circular. She repeats herself over and over and over and over. It's blah, 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 blah. She thinks Sharrell is up to something. She has to be up to something. She has to have an angle. She has to want to come back into the sector. She's afraid that Monica might just come back and be her competition. I'm just hitting some things. Okay. Let me look at my email. Y'all don't want to hear about this tonight. Nah. It was wait a minute. She kept talking about Kendra. Is it Kenya? That's who it is, Kenya. The mom. Not one time when I was listening and I stepped away, had to, and then came back. Not once did I hear her mention Caitlin. She said nobody has talked about her being Kenya, except now it's coming up. Now Sharrell is bringing up the idea that is trying to convince Jaguar Wright that she's Kenya and to go after her. DR. And she's trying to convince everyone, all the newbies, she's trying to take them back. That the avatar was, it's a totally different person. Only one person was called the avatar, and it was Monica. She was never referred to as the avatar. She was never talked about as being Kenya. She didn't once mention Caitlin. How many of you ever recall in the last 3 years that anyone ever talked about the possibility of her being Caitlyn? Okay, I've had my ideas, but does anyone remember that? She never mentioned Caitlyn at all. Mhm. Sharrell, you pathological is what you are. According to her, and you just want to jump into this sector. You have 500,000, subscribers. The math isn't mathing. Your numbers aren't there anymore. You're really in a panic and you are pressed and pressed and pressed and pressed. Oh, there was so much that was said. Okay, I was getting ready to just play this as a background, but maybe I shouldn't. I'm just going to start here. Let's keep talking about it. Midwest Mama said several content creators brought up the name Caitlyn. Yes, for her being Caitlyn. Nosy Whole Life started talking about Kenya. Remember, she was talking about Monique, but I have Nosy Whole Lives videos. All I'd have to do is pull out a receipt. She said, no content creator brings receipts. Sharrell, you have no receipts. You don't know what you're talking about. You never bring receipts. All you do is, laugh. And she's what? I hadn't heard this name for you. Sharrell, she calls you, something about wig or something. She completely burned right through 2021. I mean, just on the surface. Just skated all over. She didn't even. She painted uh, the two. It was a plot. Sharrell's world. All you do, you're a storyteller. You have a great imagination about, that there's these men out there and there's this going on with the avatar. And these are very scary people. And the way you tell it, she said you're a storyteller. It's kind of like you're all, off into your own little world. And it was all a conspiracy, and it just all is just packed. It's just full of lies. And all she does is bring receipts. And she said if someone would bring receipts, that she would basically hear them out. That is simply the biggest crock. She spent an inordinate amount of time talking about all the receipts she has and all the receipts that Sharrell's world doesn't have. Mm-hmm. And that she's jealous. Oh my goodness. Sharrell, you're jealous of her. You've been jealous of her. You're jealous of, she's a much smaller channel than you. Why are you hanging out in her bushes? Why have you come back into this sector? Why are you talking about Jaguar Wright? Why? Don't you have some housewives to talk about? Yeah. That's why she's probably mad from 2021. A secret, because Sharrell never responded to her, really. She just simply ignored her. And she's still talking about Sharrell. She said, "You haven't brought me up. You haven't asked me to come." Oh, it's just on and on and on. Midwest Mama says, "Monica, Monica, Monica. She's always been the focal point. She doesn't want to refer to her as Monica. She says, Monica is Kenya." That's how she basically came on. I mean, let's just dispel any notion for anyone who's new. She's trying to explain, you know, what this avatar is about and why she isn't, and no one has ever referred to her as an avatar. It's only been the robot or her name of her channel. It's nobody ever associated her with being an avatar. So lose that, people. Just lose that. It's not A for avatar. It's D for Danielle. I mean, just lose the whole notion of that. She says the avatar is in hiding. Her address is out there. You could Google it. She said, "I'm not going to dox her," but it's out there. She knows her address, what her house looks like, this and that. She says, "I'm not her." Nobody's even come close. But again, long and short of it is just she sounds like she's pressed about something about, how she's contrasting. Sharrell is now going to use Jack to do her dirty work and go after Avatar. Avatar equates to her now. So she's coming after the wrong person. That's the biggest, for me, one of the biggest takeaways. All over. I mean, it was circular, over and over and over, the same thing. More blah, blah. She can never talk about me giving any kind of commentary. No. But that's not really the point. The point was there was so many lies that she told. And she said something like, "You can tell when a person is lying," trying to convince her listeners. You can tell when a person is lying. My goodness. You mean they can't tell when you've been lying? Wow. Either they can't tell or they have just really tuned out your lies. They have. They've just become, it's like immunized to everything that comes out. It's all truth. So much of what she said with receipts could be debunked easily. But what she won't do is she won't let someone lay out a receipt. And if it's a real receipt that's receipting, and I've had some real receipts, she just strikes it, gets it out of the way, and then lies about it. I didn't say this. I wasn't, I didn't do that. I mean, she was just blatantly, just a lot of falsehoods. But, basically it's Sharrell. Yeah. She's the problem. She's using Jaguar Wright for her own, like manipulating her and putting it in her head so that she can go after Avatar or her. I mean, it's blah, 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 blah. Okay. Maybe one day I will break it down. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And she's still going on. She calls her a flip flopper full of lies. And you know what's interesting? Now I know why I just really haven't watched any of these. I know. I know why. Okay. It will pass. It will. And she's still going on 6 hours talking about Sharrell. So if you compare just what she, was trying to make a point, and Sharrell talks for less than an hour, and she's still going on talking about Sharrell. Who's pressed? Who's pressed? Mhm. She says she's trying to use those same tactics that were used in 2021, but that's not going to work. This is 2024. She's going to shut that down. Mhm. Yeah, she's just going to put it out there. Uh-huh. Like, no waiting, no lies on her, no lies on anyone. Yeah, yeah. It's just amazing. Amazing where she thinks she is on this platform. She rules, I tell you. She does. Yeah. Okay. So you have heard from me just a little bit. Now is this going? Wait a minute. Uh yeah. Let's see. I again the big focus Avatar is now not Monica. It's Kenya's her real name. She knows where she lives. Knows the address. She's not going to dox her. She's not her. She's never been referred to as uh, Kenya. She didn't bring up Caitlin at all. Yeah, it's just she calls her paranoid, Sherelle. She's worried that she sees it like maybe uh Monica put up a video a week or two ago, whenever, and then she deleted it. Hmm. And she thinks that Sherelle's getting kind of you know concerned. Maybe she's going to come back and bring competition, so it's going to hurt her. So now she's got to come over here and she's got to find content, and that's why she's in touch with Jag, and is all this, and she's just and she's very, 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 very jealous. It sounds like I'm circular. She keeps repeating that. No, if you can hear it, but there's a few points, and she kept going, round, back to the post, and she played Sherelle World's video inside of her video to give commentary. So, it's so interesting about that. She plays everyone's video, and she can do her commentary. Let someone do commentary on her. She's ready to strike. She's ready to strike people just because. So she can't stand up to the truth. She can't. She can't be challenged on the truth. Anybody, anyone can say, well, I've got the receipts, and nobody else shows receipts. No one, especially you, Sharrell. You have no receipts. You get people to do your dirty work. And they have to be people who are unhinged and controllable. Yeah, you can convince them. Mm-hmm. Okay, so now let me read the comments. Let's start at the top. I just thought that just is incredible. I wanted to know what she had to say, and it was blah, 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 blah. All right, this is Fair Use Commentary. Please hit the like. Welcome new subscribers. We're just going to go right from the top down. Let's see. Everybody's saying hello. Gia Papaya's first one chiming in. That makes so much sense, Teddy. Okay. For what? I know. Who else? You said read the comments. Hi. I'm scanning. She's in a rage. Mm-hmm. She's certainly in a rant. She's in a rant. She's just in a rant. Okay, Midwest says, Teddy, didn't I tell y'all in December that All About the Tea would try to come back in 2024? You did. I have to say I recall that. You did say that on this platform. You may have even been up on the panel because I think you would have been. Talked about Kenya. Talked about Caitlin. Yes. And I remember when we started talking about it, it was like, boom. Twice my channel. Yes, I better. The bewitching hour. What time is it? It's 11 o'clock. It's like, is it the Candyman? Kind of like, don't mention those names because then something happens. Mm-hmm. Yes, you did. Everyone, I will concur. Midwest Mama did say. And all we'd have to do is go back to the video and confirm it. Mm-hmm. But I know she did. Yes, you did. Wow. Would try to make a comeback in 2024. What made you think that? It was in your gut, because I remember you stressing some things around that. Okay, I'm going to keep going. Yes, we had a panel around Christmas, and that was your 2024 prediction. And you know what? I am almost certain it would have had. Because we were doing a lot of panels around that time. We sure were. We sure were. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to come back. Just give me a second. I'm going to read. We got a few minutes. It's out there. It is. We're going to find that. There were several panels. Were you on there with Hear Her? Probably. We were doing several panels. I remember. Midwest says, I can guarantee you, SW does not care if All About the Tea comes back. No, she stressed that she's concerned about that as competition. Yes, it has been 3 years. She should try. It's a free country. Yeah, wow. Several content creators brought up the name Caitlin. Yes, yes, as the daughter, as thinking about her being the daughter of Kenya. Yeah, that I know that was talked about. Now she brings her up. It's interesting, says Baby Juju. Mimi Twin, careful. Remember, when K and K gets mentioned, things happen in the last 2 years. As a matter of fact, I remember things happening on my Instagram. Here, yes. And it happened when we were talking about just that. That's why I know Midwest Mama was talking about that. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me. Oh, there was definitely things about Kenya and Caitlin talked about in November and December. I'm looking back in something for sure. Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Baby Juju. Yeah. My bad. Midwest says, is it Caitlin with a K? I've seen it spelled both ways with a C, and I've seen some people spell it with a K. I know Kenya's K. I thought it was a C, so I can't be sure. Mm-mm. Let's see. Never responded to her videos back in 2021. Not once that I can remember. Not once. I wondered then, is it because of Jaguar Wright that it's, as far as quasi mentioning her avatar, because I don't think it was any mistake there. All right. At all. Mm-mm. That's a very good question. Very good question. Yeah. No, she didn't respond. And I think that's one of the things that probably just grated her, that she ignored her. And she wanted to, if you remember the videos that she was making, and it was each and every person that had to do with the sham investigation. She stressed that in her video tonight. It was all a sham, just a sham. So and she says it's karma, that karma was coming back on Sharrell. It's going to be tenfold. She's getting her karma back. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. Yeah. And I kind of think if that's the case, I'm talking about her ignoring her. That bothered her because she was one by one by one by one. Everyone who had something to do with the sham investigation, she made videos about. Okay. She did. And one by one by one by one, she was going to hold each person accountable. Her and Black Rabbit together. Because remember, they were bookends talking about Sharrell and Perry. So you remember that, right? And she could never get Sharrell. That's right. So maybe that's why she was still, talking about her 5 hours later. Yeah, 6 hours later. Let's see. Did it end at 5:25? She must have found out I was talking about a blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's keep going. What else about this avatar? Um, Monica. She always been the focal point. You even asked a question, didn't you? Wasn't it today? Who had the most? Who lost the most? Who would have had the most? You did. You asked that on the panel today. And I said it would be Monica. Because I mean the way you had put it, who lost the most? Subscribers, a channel, money, the panel. Who lost the most? It was Monica. In her, was it her 5th video? She talked about Iron Troll. Iron Troll had revealed who the avatar was. Kenya. And that's when she showed up. I'm talking about in Nosy Whole Lives, chat as a troll, because she was trying to get that message across. Stop going after Monique Tobert. It was the weekend. It was the same weekend. July the 2nd. It seems that I remember. Yes. All I'd have to do is go to my receipts. I believe Black Rabbit had a conversation. It was with Iron Troll. She had a conversation and communications with Iron Troll. And Iron Troll had mentioned in their posts that they'd been trying to get this message to Nosy Whole Life. And who would deliver that in disguise? It would be Deefer Danielle in the panel. In her, I'll just say, posts while she was making her videos. That would come before, because she did not come down and make the second platform until when? July the 12th. Yes. There was a lot going on in that time. Okay. Sorry. All right. Vicky says, so did I hear right that Jack sent a C&D to Kenya Harris? How would DR know about that? She knows about a whole lot of stuff. Interestingly enough. She can get a hold of everybody's document. And she says debunk everything. She has the receipts to debunk everything. Yes. Where are your receipts, she says. Mimi Twin says, I know someone wasn't happy when Hear Her TV posted a pic of them on her community wall. Wouldn't that be the beginning of her channels being struck? Wasn't it around that time? All we have to do is just go back. Because the receipts, believe it or not, they are there somewhere. Okay. It would just take some time to pull them out. She posted that pic of Kenya. She did. And who would come after her? Yep. Good evening to Latoya. All comments are alleged and opinions of the chat. You know, these topics have been talked about before 2021. We've been talking about. See, she won't let me show those receipts because I have 2021 that I could go back and make reference without her getting mad and wanting to hide the truth. A real person who wants receipts would let it go, would let them be shown, would be challenged. She doesn't want real receipts, only hers. Scrambled eggs smell like paranoia or paranoid? I think so. Press, press, press. Almost 6 hours talking about Sharrell tonight. Amazing. Yes. Midwest Mama says, if that was Sharrell World's plan, why would she announce that publicly? I don't think SW and JW are tag teaming. The way she was painting it tonight, she related it to 2021. It was Sharrell and Nosy Whole Life. She used Nosy Whole Life to go after the avatar Monica. In the same way that Sharrell World is painting the picture to Jaguar Wright that the avatar is her and to go after. Same thing, to do the dirty work. That Sharrell somehow is convincing her that she's avatar. And so she was saying, no one ever referred to me in that way. I was always robot. I was always, her other name. But she never mentioned Caitlin. She's been referred to as Caitlin. I know that for a fact. So that was one thing she didn't, she wasn't transparent, in my opinion. Because I've got receipts. Yeah. I would have an argument on that. Her actions debunk what she says. She seems pressed to me. That's who's press. Taurus says the subs are like super fans. They don't care at all. Whatever she says, it's like Beyonce, say it, and she got all the receipts if you ask. And they don't question her. No. Because they believe everything that she says. She says because she brings receipts. Her receipts are receipting. And when others' receipts, she doesn't want them mentioned. She practically says that she doesn't lie on her enemies. She's only telling the facts, the truth. That is so false. That is so false. I could show you lie after lie after lie. That's just not true. Midwest Mama says, Unwind with Teddy. Sherelle's World got lawyers, and with 500K sub, she has a direct line into YouTube. She has a YouTube manager, that's true, and she can call. Maybe that's why she's scrambling like cheese eggs. She also said that you can't subpoena YouTube just like that. She knows because people have failed. She says you have to get an order from the judge to make that happen. And so far, everyone has failed. Okay? In getting a subpoena, to get behind those layers. So it hasn't worked, y'all. Keep trying. So if Jaguar basically translate, if Jaguar thinks she's getting ready to get a subpoena, a good luck. That's my interpretation. It's my commentary. I'm freestyling it. And if she says I didn't say that, well, then pull out the receipt and let me play it. Okay. So they just have to believe me, because I'm not going to say anything that can't be backed up. That's right, Midwest Mama. She does. I didn't think about that, while I was listening. And yes, I did step away. And when I came back, she was still talking. And when I came on tonight, she was still talking because I checked in real time. Yeah. Baby Juju said they couldn't take her down before. Sherelle, she would love, she calls her Fiona. She would love to have done that because she feels or thinks that she was just as a big a part of the sham investigation because she was behind the scenes with Nosy Whole Life. Like filling her with information, providing information, but behind the scenes. So she needs to have her reckoning, her accountability. She said there were 17 families, 17 women, 17 Black women who were doxxed. So she's explaining this history to these new folks. Okay. But there's only been one woman who has been talked about as much and still now to this day. She said that happened in 2021. It's not going to happen again. It's not going to work that same way. What did she say? False doxing. People are not going to get away with it. She's going to be calling everybody out right away. So she's basically saying also, you're calling me that avatar. You're saying this. That's false doxing. Where's your receipt? She said she knows the address and all of that about Kenya, but she's not going to dox her, and she's not her. Mhm. But people aren't going to get away in 2024. It's not going to be a repeat of 2021. She's no, not under her watch. And don't go back there. Don't even try it. Mhm. So then the people really need to know what went on, the history, how it all went down. Because if you're going to tell it all, lay it out with receipts so that they can know the story, the truth, all of it. What really happened. And so she says, a nosy whole life lost her channels. That's how it just kind of went like that. She didn't tell them that she was behind that. Mhm. The takedown of nosy whole life. Maybe she told them, when I ran out. That's right. They couldn't take her down. But Sharrell, no, it's a plan. There's something behind this Jaguar and Sharrell right now. Mhm. She says people believed, and I'm paraphrasing, people believed what Sharrell World was putting out in 2021. The problem with it is today in 2024, she has lost all credibility. She's losing, views. The math ain't mathing. She can barely get 10,000 views like she does on videos. And then she finally said 10%. So we got something here that her goal or expectation basically is wherever your subscribers are, you should be able to at least perform at 10% of people watching you. Okay. So then she said, so Sharrell should be getting, 50,000 views on her videos on average, each video. And then she did compare between her and Sharrell to say basically she's not outperforming me. Mhm. She calls herself a small channel compared to Sharrell, which she would be in number of, you know, subscribers. So this is why she's trying to say she's losing credibility. Yeah, that was 2021. She's not credible like that anymore. Nobody's buying what she's selling. You mean in the same way? I guess people are still buying what she's selling. She had higher credibility too in 2021, and hers has faded. Maybe she doesn't think so. I don't think everything that Jaguar Wright has said on this platform is untrue. She said now she's got another stalker. Sharrell. How about that? You see how she just goes, one person makes one video, and now they're stalking her, hiding out. Hmm, interesting. It is related. It is. I'm going to keep reading. And I did read that comment above. Projecting any. Mhm. The essence, MDC, yes. All comments and opinions in the chat are allegedly. Mhm. The bewitching hour. Mhm. So it took her 5.5 hours basically to go and review Sharrell's World, her video, and to make a few circular comments in the same time frame. Mhm. Oh, it was Christmas Eve on a Sunday morning. You were out of town at a hotel, if my memory is correct. You were traveling. Mhm. Midwest. Okay, so now let me just keep going through and then I can try to search by date. Okay. Baby Juju says the vault. Those are real receipts. Yes, because it would be their words, everyone's words. Yeah. So if something was said about Sharrell and people don't say it was said, or vice versa, it would be easy to reconcile. And I mean easy. Mhm. Let's see. Your spidey sense was on fire, that panel. I remember. When something, let's see, Essence says, woo, something is afoot, but what? I don't know. It's like I just, there's something. I'm just, mhm. Mimi Twin says, I love when Teddy goes to her vault. Yeah. They don't like it. They should not be mad about it. They should, just like they say, receipts be receipting. I'm trying to figure out why Jag is saying robot is Kenya Harrison. All of a sudden, that's what she's trying to, her angle. My takeaway is that Sharrell is convincing her to go out and say that. That's why we're hearing it so loud and clear all of a sudden. And that it's just a flat out lie, and she knows she's lying about it, but she's saying it anyway. The beef sector was starting to merge, and you called it. She called it. Midwest said it should be easy to find Christmas Eve morning. I know, 2023. I got it. Oops. Okay, can I put on some music? Email time, and let me just do that. Let me see if you, that way we can just try to get right to it. All right, let's see. Let me put on. Hang on, let me just go to my YouTube music. And
it's not my fault. You've been lying, saying that I took away your peace. Drowning by yourself, now you wanna blame me. Like you have no options. I ain't take your options. Now I'm not the problem. Man, that's on you, yeah. You've been terrorizing me, yeah, I'm always wrong. I knew you lost your mind when you dropped that bomb. Girl, are you crazy? Yeah, you must be crazy. I've been thinking lately it's you. You stole your peace, put it on me, but baby, it's you. Lie like a ride, but take your stuff back, baby, it's you, 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 you. Ooh, baby, it's you. Ooh, 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 you. What did you think? What did you could say whatever and I would never. Yeah. You've been flexing everywhere. Girl, look in the mirror. Man, you're so dirty. Yeah, you look so dirty. You were never worthy. Lately, it's you. You stole your peace, put it on me. But baby, it's you. Lie like a ride, but take your stuff back. Baby, it's you, you. Ooh, baby, it's you. Oh, if I control the weather, then every day would rain on your parade. Shine you can't chase, yeah. If I was Father Time, then I would change the day, so I never saw your face. Hey, please, what do I have to do to make you go? Oh, baby, it's you. It's you. It's you. It's you. Walk out that door, no, yeah.
Okay, so this is where I think it is on Run Tell That Too, because I can see there was a block of time on Unwind with Teddy that I was struck in December because I see videos on Run Tell That Too on Christmas Eve. That's what must have happened. Yes, yes, yes. So that's where I'm looking that up right now. I'm on that channel. I have, let's see, I have streamed on Christmas Eve, Messy Mocha on Run Tell That Too. Yes. And as a matter of fact, I have several. Let's see. Let me go to the next. Hang on. I'm just looking over my reports. Okay. So let me go one more. Forward. That's wild. I bet you. Hang on.
Merry Christmas. Oh, I hope the background noise isn't too bad.
It's
I
fine.
am in a hotel. I'm with my family. We are doing the family thing.
This is it. Did you hear that? You said, I'm in my hotel with my family. We're doing the family thing. This was on December 24th, right there. Do you know, I was looking at Unwind with Teddy, and I saw it was like it stopped on December the 10th. I said, I remember I must have gotten struck and had to do my videos on Run Tell That Too. Here it is. It was Hear Her TV, Zenobia, Midwest Mama, and me. How about that? So we got the video. It was Messy Mocha. That's right. And that started at 2:03. Now, before I play any of it, so now we know what the video is. It's called Coffee Brewed Just Right. That's it. Now we're getting in. Now it's getting interesting, huh? So, yep, Midwest. It's there. Yeah. Now I wonder. That's wild. I mean, you remember right to the. You took us right there. See you. What's going
Now,
on?
look, here I said I'm gonna be ghost for a few days because I knew I was going out of town, and here I am on knowing I'm supposed to be with my family, minding my business.
Okay.
Midwest, perfect song. Here I go.
But here I go. Here I go. But you know, I can't when I get the notification, I can't resist but click the noti and hear my girl Teddy. So I was getting myself dressed to get ready to come downstairs and have breakfast, right?
Mhm.
And I hear y'all talking. I'm like, "Oh, this is good," but I ain't going. I'm just listening from the bushes. I'm busy. But
Right.
hear her when you started exposing. I said, "Well," and then I heard some things, and I thought about some things I saw, and then I said, "Well," on this good Sunday, I better go up and talk to the people. So, here I go. Okay, so let me do this. I just want to break things down. Okay,
Ooh.
did I hear correctly? Hear her. Did you say that Mika sent you Sonny's information, basically saying that Sonny is related to Monique Tolbert?
Hmm.
Is that correct?
You heard what you heard.
Okay. All right. I'm just making sure that's clear. And then you said that they are recruiting people from the beef sector.
Yep.
Ooh.
Okay. I think we are all if we watch the YouTube streets, we see that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something I saw. And Zenobia, you spoke up about it too. I shared it with the mob a couple days ago.
Ooh.
So remember I said that there was this press junket for Mariah Huck from Married to Medicine. And Monica was one of the people that was interviewing her. Okay. I saw that on a channel called like Tea Talk something something. I can't remember what it was called. But I watched it and I heard a couple different voices. But then when she responded back and said, Monica, you know everybody want to see your face. And I heard the voice and it was like the what they say, the inflections in her voice. It sounded like Monica, but the voice was different. It had a different tone. It wasn't as clear as it was when she had her show, but you could tell it was her, right? And so I was like, wow, okay. So I said, okay, you know, maybe she's coming back. And I shared that with the mob.
There it is, confirmed. You said it. A premonition, Ra. It's here. The receipts are receding. 100% Midwest Mama predicted that maybe she's coming back. Monica is right there. You said it. And I had been struck during that period of time. That's why we were on Run Tell That too. What did you say? It's midnight. Is that bewitching hour in 2 minutes? So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to play just a little bit more. Let's see where we're at.
So then I was watching, was it Mims or Kempire? One of them, because I love the T channels, and they played that video of Mariah Huck's interview, but it was different, and I didn't even know this. It had the All About the Tea emblem on it, on the video, but it also had, oh gosh, I don't want to say her name, but this lady from the beef sector. It had her initials on it, BS. And I went, wait a minute.
Oh,
Wait a minute. I know that lady's around. And how would BS get All About the Tea's interview? It puzzled me. So being that I can be a little bit nosy, I went to her channel, and she had that interview on her channel, and I'm talking about BS. So, but it has All About the Tea's logo on it. And I'm like, wait a minute. This lady's from the beef sector. Why would she why would she have Monica's interview on her channel? Which she can do whatever she wants to do, but she also put her name on it, like for credit. And I'm like, wait a minute. And then it got on Kempire or Mims, I can't remember, but it got on a big platform. So she got credit for it. But if any of us know how Monica is from watching All About the Tea and just the things with her, she's not going to let nobody else put their logo next to her logo unless they got the approval.
right.
Right?
Yeah.
Y'all hear what I'm saying?
Yeah. I hear what you're
So in my opinion, there must be something between those two. Obviously, she got her okay to use her content and put her emblem on it. But I'm like, how did someone from the beef sector that has a they just have a history, a pretty aggressive history from the beef sector, get connected with Monica? That's what I thought, just like the other day when I saw that. So then when you just said how they're recruiting people from the beef sector, I said, there we go. That must be it. Because Monica would not let VS use her video, get views from it, get credit for it on a big platform unless she got her okay. So in my opinion, they're working together.
And we're gonna name them the prison sector, because they gonna keep on playing with me if they want to.
No, see, Midwest, I wasn't going to say where I watched this video because I didn't want to bring that to the bear cave, right?
Yeah, I already brought the bear cave,
that's
girl.
where I initially saw the clipping. So then it caused me to search for the full video, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was in a state of shock. I'm not going to kid you, because it was a month ago at least that, I'm a DL reality TV person. It started with me doing it as a thesis, from a psychosocial perspective. And I've been here ever since. I'm not going to kid you. Watching the behavior, I'm fascinated by the entire concept of people that are supposed to be so well to do. The concept of you being educated and being well to do means that you behave in a certain manner. in
You
public, you
think?
know. But that's just the opposite that occurs. So I'm intrigued by that. But I say all that to say that I wasn't going to say where I initially saw that, because that was the connection that I'm making in my mind. But I want to make sure I'm for sure about it, Midwest, right? So I'm troubled by me seeing a month ago Bravo using All About the Tea as a source in a segment on a reality show. I can't remember which one it was. And then I'm stunned by this here with Mariah at the height of what is going on with Quad being kicked off, or whatever's going on with her on Married to Medicine. Like, there's heat right now.
I'm going to pause it right there. So this panel went on, we're at 2:12, for probably another, 30 minutes or so. It was interesting that you took us right to the point and you recalled. And this is what was spoken about tonight. Let me tie it full circle here. Why it came up in the first place, why that might have triggered you, is because it was said that Sharrell's world basically is, concerned that Monica is coming back on the platform, and that's going to mean competition for her. Interesting that she spent so much time reflecting on 2021 in a certain way, emphasizing this avatar. I'm not the avatar. This is, Sharrell's going down this path because she's telling basically, Jaguar, she's putting that in her ear. And she knows it's not right. I'm not Kenya. Why didn't she talk about Kayla? And that she hadn't been mentioned as the avatar, only that she was the robot or her channel name. What made you think at that time that might be a possibility, that 2024 was going to be the year, and why?
In the air, I can see the magic in the air. There's something about you that's making me feel so unusual. And tonight, I'm brave enough to say that I want you to stay. 'Cause this kind of love that we share is so unusual. And maybe it's crazy of me to say it's only been a couple days, I know. But baby, never did I think I could feel this way. Now I'm missing you every night and day. Can I see you again? Can I see you again? 'Cause I'd do anything just to see your face. When you're not around, it don't feel the same. Can I see you again? Can I see you again? And I'm aware I'm falling too fast, but I don't care. 'Cause this kind of love and that we share It's so unusual. And I know it's crazy of me to say it's only been a couple days, I know. But baby, never did I think I could feel this way. Now I'm missing you every night and day. Can I see you again? Can I see you again? 'Cause I'd do anything just to see you again. When you're not around, no, it don't feel the same. Can I see you again? Can I see you again? Yeah, yeah. Can I see you again?